Greetings, my wonderful students. Today we discuss California and Utah, the California Gold Rush. Now, in 1848, gold was discovered at Sutter's Mill, California, causing people to come there from all over the world. The people who arrived in 1849 were called 49ers, and they included Americans, 80% of them, but also Mexicans, South Americans, Europeans, Australians, and Chinese people. The Californios. Now, the Californios were Mexicans living in California when the Mexican-American War ended. By the treaty, they became U.S. citizens with the rights to their land guaranteed. However, the Land Law of 1851 established a group of reviewers to examine Californios' land rights. If a settler claimed land in California, the Californio had to prove that they owned the land. Those who could not prove ownership lost their land. The life of a 49er. So many people came looking for gold that boom towns, cities that grew quickly, built up. Most 49ers had no experience in mining, and they just hacked at hillsides with pickaxes and shovels, hoping to strike it rich. People had also panned for gold, which involved swirling water and gravel in a pan in order to reveal specks of gold carried in rivers. The gold rush more than doubled the world's supply of gold, but few 49ers achieved lasting wealth. Many of them gambled or spent their money away. Some merchants made huge profits, including Levi Strauss, who sold tough denim clothes to the miners. That's where Levi's jeans come from. Gold Rush Society. Mining camps were mainly made up of men of all backgrounds. There were no police or prisons, so citizens formed vigilante committees to protect themselves. These vigilantes acted as police, judge, jury, and executioner in these camps. Agriculture, shipping, and other businesses grew in California to meet the needs of the people who came for gold. After the rush, many people stayed to run farms or businesses. In 1849, Californians applied for statehood and wrote a constitution that banned slavery in the state. This created problems for Congress, but a compromise was made and California became a free state in 1850. In Utah, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or the Mormons as they're more commonly known, were building their own community based on their beliefs. The Mormon Church sprang up among a number of churches during the religious awakenings of the 1830s and the 1840s. Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church, wrote the Book of Mormon. Smith said that the book was a translation of writing that was on golden plates that were given to him by an angel. Smith believed in polygamy, having many wives, and that property should be held communally, as a group. Smith's ideas angered people, and they forced Smith and his group to leave New York. The Mormons moved to Illinois and bought a town there, but they still suffered persecution. A mob of local residents killed Joseph Smith in 1844, and Brigham Young became head of the Mormons. Young moved the Mormons to the area around Salt Lake, Utah, to escape persecution. This region was still part of Mexico at the time, but no one lived there because of the harsh conditions. 12,000 Mormons began migrating towards the Great Salt Lake in 1846. Led by Brigham Young, they built a thriving community in a harsh landscape. They built Salt Lake City, irrigation canals, farms, and industries so they could be self-sufficient. And they sold supplies to the 49ers who passed through on their way to California. The territory became part of the United States in 1848, after the war with Mexico, and Brigham Young was named governor. There were still problems between the Mormons and the government and the practice of polygamy. Utah would not become a state until 1896, when the Mormons officially gave up the practice of polygamy. And that is the end of this slideshow.